What is up, everybody? Welcome to The Feast, episode 99, the show where you submit replays and I cast them. I'm Delthius. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. A lot going on in Tooth and Tail lately. We've got the 21 Clues event underway. We are pretty deep into Phase 2, so the first part of Phase 2, which was actually really fun, in my opinion, to participate in, was kind of swapping clues with different people depending on your Swiss scores, and trying to get together different information for the various 4 challenges. Now we've kind of moved on from that, and some proper Tooth and Tail matches need to get scheduled and played very quickly. I think the gentleman wants to get this all wrapped up by June 1st, so if you're in the 21 Clues events, guys, make sure to keep up with the Discord, figure out exactly what you need to get into. Your matches with the Hoarders, or the Smugglers, or the Civilized Recipes, or going after the Assassin. I don't want to say too much, because it's not all public information. As far as, like, details on the various challenges. But we're trying to get that wrapped up by June 1st. That way we can schedule Phase 3, and the 4 winners of each challenge will face off against one another. That's going to be a lot of fun. Additionally, we've got Premium Bows 2v2 tournament coming up here in about a month. Let me see if I can, bam, do a browser capture. Alright, so they got this Google Doc started. Alright, so what's going on here? Of course it's a 2v2 tournament. It's Premium Bow. It's going to be on June 20th, 1 p.m. EST. And essentially what's going on here is players are going to get teamed up with like a expert. We've done something similar in the past, but it has been a really long time, and I think this is a great format to introduce because there are a lot of newer players that are in the scene these days. So each team is going to have a master player and an apprentice player. The master players will be assigned like bad decks. I think that's kind of interesting. So this is going to be a lot of fun, guys. Definitely sign up for it. The information, I actually stopped being lazy and updated my Tooth and Tail info in the bottom of the screen you're watching right now under the events section. You can click on those links to, you can't join the 21 Clues anymore, but you can join the Discord and kind of keep up with it. And you can sign up for Premium Bows tournament there as well. And also, I've decided to put out a straw poll to see if you guys are interested in maybe doing something crazy for the 100th episode next Friday night. I like to do it live. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant, and it is kind of short notice. So yeah, participate in that poll if it's something you might want to take part in. It would be live at the same time that we normally go live here, 6 p.m. EST. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. I had that crazy idea inspired by, gosh, who was it? I think it was Eel and Blue Coon that had that crazy Artie War match. So I thought that might be fun, or maybe we just do like a best-of-1 single limb kind of like show match style event. Maybe larger rounds if time permits, but I don't want it to go too long. Maybe a few hours, you know. So yeah, that'd be fun. I've got a straw poll floating around if you guys are interested in it. If I get enough positive responses, maybe I'll put together something real quick this weekend on that. And yeah, so glad to see everybody. I hope you're all doing well. And I think we'll go ahead and get started. I got a few replays lined up. And let's hop into it. Match number 1. Okay, on the right, we've got Bratmo, and his opponent up top, Vincent, playing with these custom rules allowing 10 units in each deck here. So going over composition doesn't really make sense because this is kind of a cheeky, fun game here. But lots of tier 3 from both sides, which, you know, why not when you have access to 10 units? You even see the artillery cannon in there from Vincent. So let's see how this one plays out. Bratmo here's got nice access to a natural, but other than that, it's a little bit of a clunky map for him. You can kind of get down here. Uh-oh. Vincent's already starting a little spicy, though, with a 5-farm mill here in the 7 o'clock position. Bratmo gonna find his opponent. I don't think Vincent's even scouted where Bratmo is just yet. Yeah, he hasn't seen it. If Bratmo's really on top of it, he might have noticed that Vincent is missing a little bit of food there. So let's see how this progresses. This is an enormous map, too, by the way. And, I mean, there's a good amount of mills, but not the amount that I would expect for this size of a map. I mean, both players do have a natural, which is kind of cool. I do really like this hidden base from Vincent. It's probably going to end up getting scouted by Bratmo regardless, though, because he hasn't really made it down to that portion of the map just yet. And a quick chameleon Warren coming down here for Bratmo. Gonna be just fine. You know, going fast here too on a map this big is you know, without many risks. So I guess you can kind of consider getting mole rushed a problem, but outside of that, not a big deal. And this hidden base from Vincent might pay off in dividends here because it's kind of taking control of this whole area, right? Like if Vincent really establishes a nice foothold here, I wouldn't even hate to see like an artillery cannon or something. Then he can easily just grab the vast majority of the resources on the map. Looks like Vincent's trying to throw down some mines, but Bratmo's on top of it with the chameleons here. Keep that at bay. And some barbed wire going down for Bratmo. So this is a pretty silly game. Both players throwing down a lot of defense already. Oh, man. Oh, he got one of those mines. Vincent needs to be careful. Bratmo hunkering down. Getting a lot of defense up and running. I wonder if he's going to throw down a badger or something like that. Going to grab a bunch of farms. Oh my gosh, Vincent. I love it. Now, does he actually have vision? I think he's going to need a flying unit for those to actually fire. Well, that's a good question. Because technically this is on lower ground, but we have a higher ground right next to it. You know what I mean? I don't think that'll grant vision, but at the same time, I wouldn't be super surprised if it did. I think the high ground would prevent that. But Vincent's grabbing some falcons, which will certainly give him the vision he needs. Oh man, this is silly. Yeah, he can't see it. So Bratmo's safe for now, but Bratmo's not aware of any of that shenanigans going on quite yet. Just kind of powering up, trying to get out now. Vincent is going to reveal, though, running his commander in. This should do devastating amounts of damage. Hopper is going to go down. But man, what can you really do about that? I guess Bratmo's got some falcons on the way. But Vincent might be able to push him back with his own falcons. Maybe throw down a turret or two as well. Oh yeah, here come the falcons to start firing down on these things. You should be able to just target this mill and take it out before those arties go down, though. And that's a lot of damage already. Bratmo does clean up one artillery, but the falcons from Vincent are here to stop the other one from going down. And Vincent's going to try to move in, but this is a lot of defense here. I think this is a bit of a misstep here from Vincent. Going to try to get that turret, not quite in range, though. And the first owl is out on the map for Bratmo. Alright, this looks real hopeless for Bratmo at this point, right? Like, Vincent's got a couple expansions. He's kind of wheeling and dealing farms on both of them. But Bratmo does have a nice little comp put together here. He doesn't have a whole lot to deal with all these falcons coming out from Vincent, but there's not a whole lot down just yet. There's only a couple here and only one actually on the front to defend. But Bratmo's got nothing besides his own falcons to deal with that. He needs to seriously get in there and start targeting his opponent's flyers down if he's going to stand a chance. But now he's just going to have to back out. 3-4 falcons are definitely going to beat 1-2. Oh man, I think that was Bratmo's last life in this. He loses the owl. But I've seen crazier things happen. Vincent's already going up to 6 falcons here. Let's see if Bratmo's able to get something done. Just going to try to macro up, build some more falcons, rebuild that owl. But this is a hell of a force here from Vincent. Moving in on top of that barbed wire, doesn't even care about it. Yeah, this might just be it. I don't think Bratmo's got enough to respond. Oh, Vincent. Vincent gonna pull back in the spirit of sportsmanship. Or maybe just let his Falcon seal. This has gotta be it, right? That is so many Falcons, man. Okay, okay, that was cool. I like the double arty. I was a fan of that. That was a good play. Yeah, that's just a custom crazy match. Vincent and Bratmo are known for submitting crazy nonsense. All right, let's keep rolling with match number 2 here. All right, in the bottom left, we've got Amistria and her opponent to the top, Tony Stark. Amistria going for the Owl build. Falcon Skunk Owl is a nice comp to get together in the late game, and using the Squizzard and Barbed Wire to try to get there. Meanwhile, Tony Stark is going for a very bruiser comp here with 3 tier 1, 3 tier 2. Not messing around. Really aggressive and probably wanting to make use of maybe a nice timing attack or big bulky army in the mid game. So both players have reasonable spawns. I don't think you can be too upset if you're either. Tony Stark's got a nice expansion up here in the back and can easily continue this way, no problem. Mishra actually scouting a 6-farm Warren there. Tony gonna keep it looks like. So Mishra should be just fine with a 7-farm Warren of her own. Looks like that's the play to go for here. And, you know, Mishra doesn't have as much mill split as Tony, per se, but you got access to 2 easy expansions. You can't really complain. Let's see how it progresses from here. Tony looks like he's thinking about a quick mill. Did he go in and scout? Yeah, I guess he scouted. All right, Amistria built the fast Warren, so not really going to get anything done with these quick lizards here. Oh man, did I not include the gentleman replay? Do I have a gentleman replay? I don't think I do. You're lucky this time. You're lucky this time, gent. Alright, Skunk's on the way for Tony. Now going to take that second base. Meanwhile, Mishra is already up and running. Going to get her own Skunk. So far, this start does look better for Mishra. I like having the expansion out a bit quicker. Tony does have the Skunks a little bit faster, but Amistria's Skunks are not too far behind. By the time, you know, Tony went to push out with those, Mishra's tier 2 would be up and running. Just a little bit of barbed wire. I like that a lot. I wouldn't even hate to see it out in the field a little bit more. It's like, yeah, you can go around it, but sometimes a re-rally will get messed up. And at this phase of the game, you really want to keep track of how many farms are on your opponent's bases. Be sure going for, well, I guess 4 is not an unreasonable amount. Barbed wire being cheaper nowadays, I'm sure Amistria is quite happy about that. Yeah, it looks like we're going to macro up into a proper mid-game here. Neither player showing big signs of aggression. Squizzard versus Skunk. Mirror is kind of interesting because the lizards can get in there on the Skunks if micro correctly. But I think you'd need more than just 3. Something like 6 or 9 would be a little bit better for that play. Tony even already going for a third base. And again, I mean, this evolution from Amistria looks very nice. A mild investment in defense, sure, but I think she's doing a good job of making it worth the investment by going up pretty quickly on those 8 farms on the second base. And third base on the way here. So I feel like this is good for Amistria at the moment, right? Because she does have the owls, so if we just kind of hang out and stalemate into a late game, on paper, Amistria should be able to put together a stronger army. But let's see if Tony decides to move out. I mean, if I'm playing just tier 1, tier 2, I'm probably looking for some kind of specific timing. more and more barbed wire coming out, and Mishra is just really trying to send the signal of don't attack me. But Tony has kind of been slacking on his scouting here. Hasn't really gone in to see what's up in a while. And Mishra is not committing to that tier 3 just yet, instead going for a lot of tier 2 in the form of falcons. Trying to get the scout in. Sees a little bit. I don't think Mishra knows about the third base of the opponent just yet. But she did get to see that the opponent's got toads. She's seen a various amount of tier 2. Yeah, a little bit of a wag of the finger here to Tony for not scouting as often as you should. Very, very important in Tooth and Tail to know exactly what you're up against. But for now, Tony is just moving and grooving, man. He's just building up slowly. That is a lot of falcons coming out of Mishra here, building up to 12 on the back of very, very little tier 1. And that's kind of crazy, because once you get that much burst, you know, it kind of nullifies how squishy falcons are. You try to position the few squirrels and the skunks that you have on the front line to kind of tank the brunt of the initial damage wave, and then just let those falcons in the back clean everything up. So let's see where this is going to go. Both players still just building up. We're at the 6-minute mark here. No attacks just yet. Tony thinking about moving out. And Mishra is positioning, trying to get this 4th base, which would be huge for map control here. I really didn't think that base would be taken, but if Mishra can get that claimed and really push Tony back into his main, that's going to be difficult for him. Needs to be careful this snake harass, but kind of biting him in the butt a little bit there. I think Mishra got the better end of that engagement. Yeah, and look at this, just crazy macro coming out of Mishra here. Very hesitant on the owls, going up to 20 falcons. This is an absurd amount of falcons. This is too many falcons here. Nobody needs this amount of falcons. Mishra is like that 1% we're always hearing about, you know? Like nobody needs $10 billion. 18 snakes possibly queued up here for Tony. What is this match, man? This is awesome. We're getting these crazy numbers, which can only really happen in games like this where there aren't any direct engagements, because both players have been hoarding so much money the whole time. But hold that thought, Tony's finally coming in to defend this base. Lots of skunk gas going down, but that is so many snakes. Is this working? It seemed like it was working, and then Tony backed up. Oh my gosh. Tony Stark coming in, cleaning it up. When's the last time you saw 12 or 13 snakes engage 16 falcons? This is the high quality content here that everybody's after. Look at this. Just look at it. I mean, birds beat snakes in real life, right? I mean, that was kinda... Yeah, it felt a little even. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think these snakes can snowball a little bit better. You know, just kind of be oppressive, like walk in with some poison, get a couple stacks, walk out while you're rebuilding. But you really got to start selling down here, especially Tony with the lesser income. You got to, you know, you're not going to be able to rebuild these crazy armies that you just spent all game financing, right? You got to go back home, sell off some Warrens, and I think Tony's making a bit of a blunder here by keeping so many around. Yeah, now he's getting around to selling some of these, just kind of finance whatever you can get. And in the interim here, that allowed Mishra to really build back up a lot faster. You definitely don't want to be supply blocked. It's 9 times out of 10, it's definitely better to just sell down Warrens. All right, and Mishra's got another army put together of 13, almost 14 Falcons, and you know, I think Tony would have had a chance here if he would have sold down on some Warrens a little bit quicker. He just had a lot of income wrapped up in these Warrens that he didn't have enough food to produce out of. But damn, like even just a few snakes like that really putting a hurt on this fleet of Falcons. And that's going to be a big GG. Nice victory there from Mishra. Really crazy game. We're off to a good start here. Alright, let's do one more, and I might talk a little bit about events again. Alright. Let the folks trickle in before I give more announcements. Match number 3, you guys. Oh, desync. We'll roll the dice. We'll see what happens. On the right, we've got Epicosity, and up top, Bendove. Mike, we haven't seen this, have we? I'm getting like slight deja vu, but I have the memory of a goldfish. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we'll roll with it. It's not ringing any bells yet. Alright, Epicosy and Bendove, let's see what they got here. This is kind of a short map. I like it a little better for Bendove. He does have the 3 bases. Nice and tight here, although it's going to be difficult to take this base, to be honest. And I'm curious if Epicosity is going to step up and grab this base, or opt to take some of these over the side. Why am I getting deja vu so much? Maybe I'm crazy. Normally, one of you would have yelled at me by now if we'd already seen it. So I think we're safe. And this is rough. I mean, I guess if I was Epicosity, I'd probably take this and stay pretty low to the ground. I mean, Epicosity's got that triple tier 1, triple tier 2 composition anyways. Yeah, so doing something like this and you know, building up a nice force of squirrel, mole, skunk, pigeon, and really just trying to defend this position would be very nice. It gives you a nice staging ground to attack into your opponent. Bendove gonna try to get in before the squirrels are done. Gonna get a little damage on this Warren, but the squirrel does spawn in time, and the lizard is gonna lose to it. More lizards on the way, though, trying to snowball this. This mole Warren tanking, gonna buy some time. That was cost inefficient, but that might have been the few extra seconds that Epicosity needed. Not losing this Warren was very, very critical. And now Epicosity does have this gristmill up and is continuing to build more and more tier 1. And yeah, this is kind of what I anticipated for this match. Just a tier 1 slugfest coming into it, because it's just so short. You know, timings get really messed up. You can't quite get away with teching up or ecoing the way you can with longer rush distances. Especially when your opponent's running lizards. A lot of this is even actually road too, which speeds units up even more. But what's Bendove gonna do? Right now he's just going pure lizard. I think eventually Squirrel Mole can take some good engagements against this. I think moles actually do a pretty decent job kind of buffering for the squirrels against pure lizard. It really depends on the engagement, though. Like, if the lizards can kind of ignore the moles and get on the DPS, you know, correctly without taking too much damage, that definitely does help. But we'll see what's going to happen. Bendove just pressing that lizard key, man. Going full throttle. Some cams would be nice here for Epicosity. But again, you are kind of stuck in this tier 1 chicken mode, right? Where you don't want to get out tier 1 by your opponent. And here's the engage. Epicosity going to use the moles on the front line as kind of blockers here for the squirrels. And it's going to end up winning that trade. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think Squirrel Mole does do pretty well against pure lizard, but he might be overextending here. These lizards are coming out very, very quick. Ooh, I don't know. it is definitely close. I mean, keep in mind, Epicasi also has a very short rush distance here. Good control from Bindove there to not overextend, to just grab a couple more squirrels and get out. Yeah, that initial fight for Epicasi went very nice. It's overstayed his welcome a little bit, but not the end of the world. And keep in mind, too, that Epicasi also built this gristmill, and you lost that mole warren in the early game, which has put Bindove up at a slight food advantage. But starting to sneak out some farms here. This is going to get more and more important as that 5-minute mark is rapidly approaching. Bindove realizes this, sells some things off, wants to get his own economy up and running. I mean, maybe you consider a flank attack or something with these lizards. There is the possibility to just run right around and maybe just try to snipe this warren. I'm sorry, the mill. He's definitely got enough lizards to do so. But that is very risky. You leave yourself open to a counterattack, and you can just outright lose the game if too many lizards go down in that process. But I'm starting to favor this army comp for Epicasi a little more. I'd like to see a few more moles. It's really going to depend on how well the engagement goes, you know. Ideally, you want these lizards attacking the squirrels and not the moles. Epicasi trying to bait him forward by keeping the moles in the back for a second. This actually went really nice for Bindove. I think Epicasi was trying to be a little bit too flashy there with some of his micro, and those lizards were able to just eat those moles up, no problem. Kill a couple squirrels, get out of there. And now we're in a little bit of an economic race here. Bindove is not being shy about throwing down a bunch of additional farms, and another attack comes in as Epicasi tries to move forward to claim that mill. And this time around, Bindove is going to take it. So Bindove's got to be feeling pretty happy now. I think he won the last two engagements fairly nicely. Yeah, look at that. That's a big yikes there. Big yikes graph for Epicasi. But he's not down and out just yet. I think he's got... Well, this is actually very favored for Bindove, right? Like, that last engagement was huge. Bindove also did a really good job of sneaking out additional farms. Epicasi's now behind on army. He's behind on resources. But he can try to flex that defender's advantage. Try to buy time. Throw down more farms. Make that economic gap less and less. But this is a rough spot for our green player here, because he's a little bit damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Like, you need to throw down the farms and keep up in the eco, but if you do that, you might get ran over by an attack. But if you build units and not farms, and he doesn't attack, then you're going to get further and further behind. Nice little hidden third base down here from Bindove, too. Really taking some resources Epicasi probably just assumed he could count on for later. Alright, this next attack is very important. Bindove in a nice spot, but he can still fumble here. He needs to be careful to take this next engagement correctly. Meanwhile, I would have liked to see some kind of higher tech from Epicasi. I guess it's easy to say that. I mean, this has been a very aggressive, short-range match, but even just a pair of chameleons would do wonders here. And Bindove going to take the opportunity. Epicasi stepping a little bit too far out, and I think that's just game. I think that engagement was just too good for Bindove. Lizards only, man. Why do you need 5 other spots in the deck? That's all you need. 1 unit against the world. 30 lizards here from Bindove. Even getting a third base economy going. Epicasi never able to really reach that full second base saturation here. He's going to try to muster together one more force to try to bat off his opponent. And Bindove is playing this slow, which, I mean, I don't hate it, you know. it's safe, just kind of staying ahead when he's ahead. He's not risking the match on a single attack, but I do feel like he had a couple moments where he could have dived in for the kill. But that is easy for us to say, watching it with all the information and vision. But I think Bendov's just got this in the bag. He's just too far ahead, man. He's 8 farms ahead. He's got the better army. He's got this owl wolf balloon that he's teasing us with. You know, if you want to start styling, man, you just start throwing down balloons, right? Throw down like 3 or 4 balloons right here and be like, what? Stop it. And you can't stop it because he's got too many lizards. Bendov going for a record number of lizards here. I mean, when do we get to the point where it's inefficient? You know, where there's just too many lizards that can't find tiles to attack from. Just mass tier 1. All right, Epicossi, gonna hope maybe I can come in here with Bendov's commander out of position while it reses. But that is just so many gosh darn lizards. Look at this. Too many lizards. It's like a summer day in Florida. And that should be the killing blow. Epicosity. Gonna have to tap from here. It looks like a desync. Yeah, it did warn us it was a desync. So, nice match there. But okay, guys, while I've got everybody, I wanted to make a couple quick announcements. The 21 Clues is underway. Oh boy. That's not very professional. My access has expired. Let me reload it. 21 Clues is underway. So if you're part of that event, make sure you're paying attention to the Discord. You're keeping track of what you need to do to complete whichever challenges you qualified for. The first part of Phase 2 was a lot of fun. The players had to trade information with each other, try to compile as many clues as possible to figure out who the smugglers are, who the hoarders are, who the assassin was, and what kind of recipes people have. So if you're part of this, make sure you're staying on top of it with the gentleman. I'm sure he's available for any questions you have. We're now in the part of Phase 2 where we got to actually play some Tooth and Tail and do some matches to determine some outcomes here. So make sure you're paying attention to that, guys, so we can complete this event smoothly. Gentleman's hoping to get all the matches in by the 1st of June. And additionally, Premium Bow is organizing, with the help of Marmu, another 2v2 tournament here. This one is in the spirit of Apprentice and Master, so a new player and an experienced player are going to team up together, form a 2v2 team, play in the tournament. The experienced player is going to get assigned a silly bad deck, which I think is kind of fun. So yeah, we've got a prize pool up for this. You can sign the Discord to sign up is underneath the stream you're watching right now. I actually updated my tournament information there. So check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not until June 20th, so you got a little while to sign up, but don't delay. Sign up today. You like that?
Sorry.
All right. What else we got? Oh yeah, all right, so we got episode 100 coming up. It is available. If you look under the stream you're watching now in the Tooth and Tail events section, there's a link to Premium Bow's Discord, and there's a link to the Google Doc with the rules. Additionally, I'm thinking about doing some kind of crazy event. I don't know. I want to do something for the 100th episode. We got the 100th episode coming up tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, well, next week, next Friday. We're on episode 99 right now. We're about to break 100. So I've got a little straw poll I posted in the Discord in a couple spots. There it is in the chat as well. If you guys want to do something fun. I don't know, I was thinking we could do some live matches. I got inspired for a crazy Fox turret arty only kind of thing. Or if people think that that's a little too ridiculous, we could always just do like best of one. It really depends on the amount of people that are signing up. Like the intent is that it's just going to be like a 2 or 3 hour event, you know, and try to do everything live. So it just depends. If not a lot of people show up, maybe we'll do, you know, best of 3s, best of 5s. If we get like a ton of people wanting to participate, then we might have to do best of 1s or something. But give me your response if you wouldn't mind. That would help me gauge interest in something like that. That would be awesome. How many games of Fox Arty would we need to play? Again, it just depends on participation. Right now, I'm kind of envisioning it as a best of 1 either way, assuming like 10-ish people participate, because it is live, you know, so that makes it a little more difficult. It's not going to be replays. I do want to do something live. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, so the 2 options I've got are either just standard tooth and tail, you know, single elimination event, or a crazy event where we do like high gristmill density, high campfire density, and Fox artillery turret only. I thought that would be fun. The replay from Blue Coon and Eel looked like they were having a really good time, just using artillery, and that was it. But I thought adding the Fox and turret would be kind of cool, you know? Because the turret can beat the Fox will get in there where anything's undefended, kill off pigs, and of course the artillery is good for attack and defense. So I thought it'd be fun. So please participate in the straw poll. If I get enough interest, I might put together something proper this weekend, and we can have some fun playing Tooth and Tail next week together. I think that'd be a good time. All right, announcements are over. Let's hop back into it, guys. Match number 4. Okay, in the bottom, we've got Dino. And up top, his opponent's Big Pimpin' Tosh. I love Dino's deck, man. But Tosh is a strong opponent, and I'm curious how he's going to deal with something like this. Obviously, Tosh plays enough and is familiar enough with Dino to know Dino likes to go Lizard Ferret. Defense, that kind of thing. No squirrels from either side is kind of interesting. Do I have this? Oh, I actually want to go. Okay, good. I didn't get a black screen when I did a little screen change. So 5-farm lizards coming out from Dino. Again, pretty standard if you're used to playing against him. He likes to try things like this, keep his opponents on their toes. Batosh is a great player, knows the response. Yeah, I was curious if he was going to go 1 or 2 warns, but instead he's going to throw down some barbed wire. Here come the 2 lizards, though. If they can find an angle, they can definitely get something done. Oh, this one piece of barbed wire doing a great job denying the lizards from getting into the target which they wanted, which was that building farm. But Dino's going to keep it moving. More lizards coming in. Great defense here from Tosh. I think 3 lizards have died, and he only lost a single section of wire. Not bad at all. And Dino gonna keep the aggression going. This little bit of barbed wire is just doing such a good job. Dino is gonna find an angle. Is he gonna try to go for the warren? No, he's just gonna back up. Not take his chances. Needs to get that 8th farm up and running. And let's see where the game progresses from here. Definitely a nice early victory for Tosh. Both players with Lizard Toad is pretty cool. This could actually come down to some really micro-intensive engagements. I've always thought it was cool when, you know, you have like 3 toads and they have 6. To try to trade your 3 for their 6, you know what I mean? Little moves like that. But Tosh already getting that second base up and running. And the map, it's not bad for either side, you know? I kind of like Dino's position a bit better. Since these 4 mills right here are pretty easily accessible. There is a little attack path. It's hard to see there. Gonna grab this campfire mate, maybe? Looks like he's just going for the aggression, but with all this barbed wire here from Tosh, and I like the fact that he's getting a quick board too. It really makes you get more bang out of your buck for investing in the defense. That's a lot of barbed wire. Tosh is sending out a hard signal to just not attack me. And this is not looking good for Dino. Tosh is going to be happy to not see any tier 3 here. You know, Dino responding with a quick Fox would definitely give him a chance against the boar, but the Fox is about all Dino's really got against the boar, to be honest. Like, this heavy tier 1 army can just get roasted. He doesn't have anything like snakes or falcons. So this boar could be very devastating, especially because Dino hasn't scouted it. Great job from Tosh, really keeping up to date with all the information. And some tier 2 on the way here from Dino. Gonna start poking down with the ferret. But this little vicarious damage is not going to hold its own against the sheer force of that boar coming down. You know, once this boar comes down, Tosh can really just start slamming through. We do have a skunk here. We got a lot of toads, so this isn't completely curtains here for Dino, but he is floating some money. And now he sees the boar, which he's not going to be happy about. I mean, getting a toad engagement on the boar would be difficult because he does slam down. Nice run around there from Dino, actually getting some great surface area. Winning that, very nicely done. It was more of a trade, but, you know, I figured Tosh should just run over it, but really good engagement there from Dino. You know, surface area is so important. So important. And now Tosh is in a bad spot. We got the Fox coming out here for Dino. Sells off the skunks. He's still got his ferret. Tosh selling down a few things, getting rid of some of this wire, but keeping just enough to be annoying. And Dino's sieging down. He's just trying to buy time. Wait for this Fox to come up. It's going to be hard for him to finance this Fox if an engagement actually happens, though, because all the money is going to go towards replenishing those tier 1 units. You know, only being on 3 farms is pretty rough, but it is a mirrored economy here. Both players don't have second bases. And Dino's actually got a little bit of an eco lead, keep that in mind, because the campfire. However, I don't think Dino even needs the Fox here. He's going to slam right in. Great job using these toads to buffer Tosh's lizards away while his own lizards were doing damage to the structures there. That was pretty cool. But Tosh was able to scrounge up enough for another boar here. But it's a solo bolo boar, man. He's gonna come in for the attack. He's starving. Starving Marvin. Coming in, gonna roast these lizards. Doesn't quite have that critical mass like he did before to really hop in on the boar. Would love to see Tosh utilize this water here. Try to heal this boar back up as much as he can, but so many reinforcements are coming out. 18 HP on the board. It's getting very low. This toad connects. Oh my god, Tosh with the hero boar. Good micro. Now he gets in that water. Gonna heal up just a little bit. Every bit counts. Oh my god. 4 HP, down to 3 HP. And Tosh manages to barely get it. That's insane. I think Dino got screwed up a little bit at the end there, but nice decision making by Tosh to keep that boar war and get another one out. And good micro to be able to pilot it to victory. Okay. Let's hop into match number 5. In the bottom, we've got Meek. And his opponent up top, Protocam. Alright, Meek. I'm rooting for Meek here, man. 3 tier 3 and some balloons. Let's go. Show me what you got. Meanwhile, Protocam's got more of a tried and true, more of a standard deck here. Cam Falcon is always nice. Typically, we see this like squirrel, mole, pigeon thing be paired up with the skunk. I think that's one spot Protocam is missing a little bit, is in like the AoE, but you can kind of consider the Badger an AoE in a roundabout way, because it just does so much damage so fast. Just kind of kills everything. Ooh, Protocam thinking about some moles. Gonna try to position them in a spot that won't be scouted, but the modern moles really need to pounce on a building farm to get something done. And he is gonna find that timing to come in here. Meek should be able to get the sell, yeah, but a little bit annoying, you know. I think Meek does come out ahead of that. However, he does get his 8 farms up a little bit faster. But Protocam made use of the little bit of food he was floating while he was hanging out on the map. Get out some quick cams. Man, I'd love to see Meek figure out a way to make this work. He's going to have to get through the early game with just lizards and cams. The balloons are kind of nice because maybe you can throw up a balloon or two and dissuade your opponent from attacking. And they might not realize that you're going for Badger Wolf Owl, you know. But both players starting off with a very tech-heavy start. Double tier 2 on both sides. A little dancing. Dance till you die. Alright, second base up and running for Meek. I like this decision. This is kind of cool. Maybe you throw down some balloons right here, and you've kind of cut off a good section of the map for yourself. These other 2 back bases are basically free at that point. You don't have to do any boxing out in the map to be comfortable in that territory. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a... Oh, that is hilarious. But one of the chameleons was already damaged. Oh, nice control from Protocam there. So, 60 for 60 food trade. Protocam losing that campfire, but manages to knock out a chameleon while stealthing his own in time to save it. Ooh. Oh, Meek. You can't get out tier 3'd when you've got 3 tier 3, Broseph. Oh, I would be so upset. You should come in and scout it. Oh my gosh, he doesn't see it. Protocam. This one base tier 3 move can pack quite a punch, especially when your opponent's just kind of playing standard, building, you know, investing food into economy and that sort of thing. But it is really dependent on not getting scouted. Most players can kind of deal with it if they know it's coming. But Meek has not scouted it yet, and it's too late even if he does. Oh my gosh, he still doesn't see it there. He's just too timid. He didn't want to run Hopper all the way in and die for the scout. That's what you got to do sometimes. And now Meek is totally unprepared for this Badger. The Badger's got a nice support cast of plenty of pigeons to heal it. Some chameleons up front and some squirrels in the back. Hey, Rocket 6 for the sub, man. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Alright, Protocam. Moving in with the Badger's eye. I think this is smart for Meek. He's just going to try to base race. And Protocam realized this was a possibility since he took that base in the 9 o'clock spot. Oh, Meek, you can't be waiting around. You got, every second counts. You got to be going. Oh, man. Nicely done by Protocam here. I think it was a bit of a misplay, though, for Meek. He didn't really rush into the fray as quickly as possible. But a nice job for Protocam. Snuck that quick Badger out and got away with it. Alright, we've got a premium 2v2 on our hands here. Submission number 90. Let's go. Let's take a look. What do we got here? On the right, we've got Premium Bo and Ziggy. On the left, we've got Snetch and Warv. Alright, what's Premium Bo up to? Squirrel, Toad, Skunk, Woof, Wire, Balloon, let's go. P-Boop loves his woofs. No surprise there. And kind of keeping an eye on those production tabs here. Seeing if anyone's up to some early game shenaniganery. It looks like P-Boop with the 5-farm Warren. But everybody else is just getting up to 8 farms so far. Ah, Marmu is Warvu. Thank you. Warvu. Okay. 5-farm double here from P-Boop. His opponents did scout it. They know it's coming. War getting up some warrants here. Isn't going to be in time, though. Premium Bo does have squirrels. He doesn't have lizards or anything very, very fast. But Ziggy's got some lizards. And the two are teaming up here. Try to get something done. A little bit awkward to go from one base to the other. Nice turret placement there and a clutch by War. A few sneaky bowls by Snetch getting busted. Oh no! And I don't think okay, now he's gonna get to sell. Yeah, that's rough. Rough stuff right there. Premium Bo and Ziggy smell weakness. They're gonna come in and get some damage done here. Nicely done. Gonna back out, try to keep whatever units together that he can. Snetch desperately just trying to throw down as many Squirrel Warrens as possible. Another wave of reinforcements is here, though, for the blue and yellow team. And are they just gonna go for the throat? Like, are we just targeting the mill? Maybe they don't have enough to do that quite yet. I think they gotta get rid of a few more pigs. Green and red do hold. And definitely a big victory there for blue and yellow. Snetch is very, very handicapped from that. Ooh, Ziggy is not afraid of a single turret. Gonna move in and get some more farms. This is just rough for red and green. What can they do to come back is the question. Lots of turrets up for now. But P-Boop can just say, alright man, I'll just get down a wolf. Or maybe a mill. I like that Ziggy's kind of keeping the pressure on here. Running around threatening with the lizards. Like, yeah, you can't sell those turrets. You need those turrets. Don't even think about it. But what's the premium move? That's what I'm curious. And where is that commander? There it is. Going for the wolf. There it is. Alright. Yeah, I think that's a good follow-up. War and Snetch got to kind of hang back and lick their wounds for a little while here, so you can feel pretty safe to tech into something like that. Another option is just to get a crazy economy going. Ziggy checking in on that Warren. Like, nice, nice. I approve. Oh, is he going to throw down some bromines? Oh, his own owl Warren there. Okay. Meanwhile, Premium Bo trying to claim the middle of the map here with Balloon and Barbed Wire. And on red and green side of things, man, they're just having to struggle, having to kind of juggle trying to progress in an army versus repair their economies. You know, you can't do, like I was kind of touching on in a previous match, you can't really do both at the same time. And if you make the wrong choice, you could just lose outright. So they're trying to be careful. I mean, I guess I said you can't do it both at the same time, and that's kind of what's happening. I mean, you can. I feel like that's kind of what happened here. You know, you rebuild a few farms, make sure your unit production is still up and running. War's got some toads to kind of push off the lizards for now. Ooh. Great job from Ziggy. Actually, he did what I was talking about earlier, where you run just a few of your own toads into a lot of your opponents. And the wolf is here for a premium bow. Let's see if this triggers a big attack. Red and green really hunkering down, which is... It's kind of putting a band-aid on the problem, right? Like, it's going to keep them alive for now. But the way that this defense is spread, you know, they're not going to be able to transition into more and more bases. And this is going to hurt. Let's see it. Let's see the payoff. We're ready for some blood here. War's trying to get an expansion. So much barbed wire. Yeah, Premium Bow realizes, okay, maybe a little too much barbed wire. More owls on the way here for Ziggy. And Premium Bow is in a great spot. But his economy is a little lackluster. However, so are red and greens, so I think he's just fine. I want to see the big attack, man. Oh, Snetch is putting his foot down. Gonna try to grab this base. Meanwhile, we're gonna start a little bit of harassment here, but the balloon's coming up just in time to deny that. One of those skunks barely making it out with their life. I like this line of play from Snetch, actually. You know, he's just taking some big risks, and you kind of have to when you're in a spot like this. Like, hey, let's try to get that boar warren out. You know, let me take a base. Same with war. Just all right. Maybe I can get away with this hidden base here in the 6 o'clock. It has been scouted by yellow and blue, though. But this is definitely blue and yellow's game to lose, you know. Red and green really got to come up with something crazy and and make something happen here. Oh, big attack coming in from yellow. Actually, more of just a harassment here. Sorry, he's doing something a little behind the scenes. These mice from Ziggy getting some work done. 3 owls, man. That's a lot. This is just kind of the slow boa constrictor death at this point. Kind of playing with the food a little bit here. War has basically been sent right down to the 6 o'clock with nothing left. Premium Bow and Ziggy are just flexing at this point, man. They're going for a balloon record. Must be somebody's birthday. With all these balloons. That was a terrible joke, Delthius. We call this replay bad manners. It is, man. They're just basking in it. Basking in the glory. That's a lot of balloons. Look at this. This is an unnecessary amount of barbed wire. All right. It looks like they're deciding. Let's hop to the next one here. War is gonna get eliminated, and Snetch should follow shortly after. Nice match there. Really based on the back of that early game. I like the double boar here from Snetch. You know, blue and yellow just got in and dealt so much damage early on. They were able to just close this out. Hey man, Snetch standing strong, fighting to the last breath. Alright, blue and yellow. Now they're just flexing. Hey man, dude, Snetch is racking up some points. like a tower defense game or something. that ledge there actually pretty awkward. Those turrets holding strong. Lots of flexing. So this match is basically over. I mean, all right. Primibo's up something. He's got 1,500 food. Selling it all off. What are we doing? We're doing like 10 wolves. Oh, okay. I can get behind this. I can get behind this. How many toads are we getting here? 69? Nice. Nice. A good amount to stop at. Alright. I'll give you a pass now. Now this replay is good. This is what we want to see right here. This is it. Let's go. How many toads does it actually take to kill a mill? It's not it's like 9 or something, I think, right? I'd be so mad if Snetch just tapped out. Oh, come on. Don't you do it, Snetch. Let it happen. Oh, what if there's a bunch of mines right there? No, you gotta kill all the Warrens first, man, with this amount of toads. Just accept. Just accept. And there it is. All at once. Yeah, alright. At first, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was a little disappointed, but the 69 toads made up for it. We finished strong. Okay. Alright, what are we getting into next? Match number 7 here. Let's hop into it. Hop, cause toads. I don't know. I'm off it today. In the bottom, we've got Ziggy. Up top, J Moldy. All right. Fox turret. Let's go. I can get behind that. Meanwhile, Moldy rocking the tried and true Snake Skunk. I think Snake Skunk is a nice combo. This is a big old map here. A little bit awkward for both players. I'm not sure. I guess I like it better for Moldy. It seems kind of nice having everything up here on the high ground. A little bit of awkward ramps between the bases, but not so bad. Ziggy, it's kind of interesting because this base right here is actually very defensible with all the water around it. But expanding later on, well, actually, this might be better for Ziggy because he can take, this base here as a second, take this as a third, and fight over this fourth eventually, maybe as a win condition if things kind of stalemate out, since J Moldy doesn't have access to a fourth base. I think either way we're okay here. Quick expo from Jay. Maybe he was expecting a little bit of aggression. He built a fast turret. And Ziggy gonna get some value. Uh-oh, Ziggy. Maybe going for the contain here. He's got the moles, he's got the squirrels, he's got the turrets. This can be devastated. Moldy here might just get locked into one base. And once the territory expands for Ziggy, he can probably get a turret in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, right here on the edge of the high ground wouldn't be too... edge of the territory. But it's not amazing either. It's a good fallback spot, but I would actually understand maybe... Okay, I was going to say with all the moles, maybe not doing that because you're going really hard all in. Looks like Ziggy's just going to go for more of a soft contain. Not directly pressuring the main, but saying, hey, it's going to be real hard for you to get out of the base. And I like this response from Moldy a lot, actually. Just building up a whole bunch of squirrels, tried and true. Run around. Let's go. Oh, but he needs to build a backup mill or something in case Ziggy dives in for the base race. Gonna go home to spend some food, maybe? Oh, a couple turrets? I like that a lot. Oh, wait. Ziggy. These couple reinforcing squirrels gave it away. Ziggy knows what's up now. Moldy's coming around the back, though, and he's got a lot of squirrels here, but they're not all going to engage at the same time. This could turn out very good for Ziggy. He's able to kind of take both those fights one at a time there. But Moldy is going to clean up. Yeah, some of these reinforcing squirrels for Moldy, the attack route is a bit rough. Running into the turrets, that's free stonks there for Ziggy. That meme's too old now, isn't it? Is that a dead meme? Am I not hip? Yeah, these reinforcements are a bit concerning. Look at all this blood. Just constantly taking those out. Those turrets paying for themselves over and over. Moldy needs to kind of regroup here. I like that he's trying to stay aggressive. I think he had some good momentum there. I don't even mind these turrets up here on the front while he was moving out to kind of delay that counterattack. But Ziggy's going to stand strong for the moment, and I think that started off nice for Moldy, but started getting inefficient fairly quickly. Alright, Moldy teching into the snakes, hoping maybe he can micro those against the tier 1, get the tags, get the kills, or maybe as a way to help deal with all the turrets that Ziggy's been throwing out here. And we're hitting that 5-minute mark, and this is where things are going to get ugly for Moldy. Ziggy's got that established second base. Yeah, Moldy's got to come out here and get something done. Oh, he's actually got this third. How did I miss that? I was not paying attention. Moldy hasn't seen it yet either, so Ziggy's miles ahead in economy. Gonna move in for another tag. Needs to be careful. Really doesn't want to fight underneath that turret. But again, you know, Moldy's got a good group of units together here. Kind of starting to get something done. Might even break through and take out this mill and the turrets and whatnot. Oh, the snake rally. No, you can't lose the snake, bro. Gonna go down. Alright, he's gonna get the mill. He's gonna clean all this up eventually. Man, that turret saw so much value this game. Okay, and now the initial attack is over. Ziggy's got some money to spend back at home. Just going to get some more tier 1 at the moment. But this still looks pretty decent for Ziggy here. He's got that second base up and running. He's got those farms very far ahead of his opponents. And we might quiet down for a second. Moldy's starting to get his own turrets here out on the board. I love this kind of thing for Moldy here, just a double check scout, you know. See what's up on all the different mills, see if your opponent's doing anything sneaky. But unfortunately for him, he's not even aware that there is a mill here. That feels bad, man. He's got to know something's up, because Ziggy would be starving by now. You know, the first bases have totally gone fallow. Oh, look at these moles. Really cool play from Ziggy. Forcing everything to come back. Not for a very big investment either. And as everything's in the back dealing with these moles, Ziggy's going to come out and attack up front. Very nice play. Doing flank attacks like that, it's such a nice move in Tooth and Tail because it is, you know, unexpected / difficult to pull off by the very nature of the game as you're cursor is connected to your commander. You can't really be in two places at once. So making that happen always feels good. Now, Moldy's not looking good anymore. He is starving, but he's got plenty of food to throw down a bunch of farms, which I think has just got to be the play. But he might be more confident, because again, he hasn't seen any economy, but he knows he's got to... I mean, he's got to know he's missing something. Damn, dude, Ziggy's just going to do it again here. You really don't want to sell off that snake warren, because then you lose your snakes, and that's a big tempo hit. Gonna have to move the units home to defend. Meanwhile, Ziggy gonna try to attack the front yet again. His unit's not quite in position to do that very fluidly, but still gets the job done, and he's gonna be able to take this direct engagement here. Clean this up. Moldy put up a little bit of a fight there, but he just doesn't have the economy to back it up anymore, and that is gonna be game. Nice victory for Ziggy. Okay, we got a few more guys. Well, I got everybody here together. Let me do my commercials again. So, 21 Clues is still underway. We're in the Phase 2 section. The clues portion has ended. So we did the Swiss tournaments to determine how many clues you started with. We all got some clues to work with, and through wheeling and dealing and trading some intel with people, certain players have qualified to continue on with the challenge, dealing with the smugglers, dealing with the hoarders, and the food quality, and the recipes, and the assassin. I can't give away too much of the specifics of what is exactly going on in those individual challenges, but if you are qualified for any of the challenges, especially multiple, make sure you're staying on top of that, guys. We're wanting to get that phase of the tournament done by June 1st at the latest. And as always, the sooner you can get your stuff knocked out, the better. It really goes a long way to helping out the tournament organizers. I'll probably try to get whatever I can get knocked out this weekend. I might have to to brush off the rust, man, hit the ladder a little bit. Make sure I'm geared up and ready to roll. And additionally, we've got Premium Bo's new 2v2 tournament coming up. You can check out the links for that under the stream you're watching in the TnT events section. It's going to be a pretty cool format. Right now, we've got the date set as June 20th, so about a month away. It's going to be on a Saturday, and essentially we have two groups of players, like experts and beginners, and we're teaming them up together. The expert player has to play with a silly deck, and the newer player can use whatever they want. It's going to be fun. I think it's a really good format, especially because we have had a lot of new players lately. We've done a similar format in the past, and I think it was a big success. So don't be shy, guys. Sign up for that. I always love events that really help include everybody, regardless of skill level. So wherever you're at on that spectrum, man, if you're new, if you're old but still don't play a whole lot, you know, if you're a great player, everybody needs to apply for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do something for next Friday for the 100th episode. I got a straw poll floating around the Discord. Check that out. Let me know what you guys think. And all right, let's keep it going. We got a few more guys, and we will call it a night. Match number 8. Let's get it going. In the bottom left, we've got Wildkin. Their opponent to the top right, Blissey. Okay, similar splits out of these compositions. Lots of variance, though. Only a couple overlapping units here with the squirrels and the cams. And a 4-farm Warren coming down for Wildkin right in front of Blissey. I think probably in response to some mole shenanigans here. But you actually want to place these Warrens a little bit further back. Like, you want the Warren next to some of the pigs that are already established, because this mole is just going to come in and ravage this thing very, very quickly. Wildkin going to learn trial by fire, man. And that was some good value there for Blissey. Oh, and even feigning that it's over and it's not. Oh, this is very frustrating for Wildkin. Just needs to throw down a couple Warrens in the back. I think it probably would have been safe to... look at this, the double bluff. Gonna sell it off and go home. Great early game aggression there from Blissey. Definitely coming out a little bit on top. You know, sometimes that double bluff part can bite you in the butt if Wild kept those Warrens instead of selling and trying to go up on farms, and then you go home and build 8 farms, and all of a sudden you're getting hit with a little bit of aggression. Pretty medium to small size map here, but it looks pretty fair. I almost said fairly fair to avoid saying pretty twice in a row, and then I realized I would have said fair twice in a row, and then I got screwed either way, and now I'm talking about it. But yeah, so like both players have this natural that's pretty reasonable, and both players have a third base that's kind of way out in the corners. You know, this map is so symmetric, it almost looks like a custom pre-made map. Like, this is actually a very fair map here. Imagine like if this campfire, or I'm sorry, this one was like more over here, you know, and this campfire doesn't exist, then it would basically be a mirrored symmetrical map, which is pretty crazy. Crazy how nature do that. All right, lots of tier 1 out from both sides. Wild gonna go into some skunks. I think that's a good decision, especially when you see your opponent is just building a whole bunch of squirrels. But Danger's got the eco lead, so this is actually kind of cool. You know, Danger's got a bit of the eco lead, Wildkin's got a bit of the tech lead. And with the composition that Blissey currently has, it's not out of the question, you know, Wildkin's able to make a play once these skunks hit the field. Keeping the one lizard scout. I love it. That's one of those things that's like pretty smart if you think about it, you know, but at the same time not something that not something that you would expect. All right, here comes a big attack from Wildkin. Needs to micro this skunk effectively. That's a lot of tier 1 here from Blissey, trying to keep things underway. Even gets the skunk. Nicely handled there by Blissey. Got some good toad engagements coming out of the front. And I think Wild probably would have been better off waiting for the second skunk, you know? Blissey had a good comp to get that handled. I thought for a second maybe the gas would eliminate all those squirrels from Blissey, but it was very thin margin that it started snowballing off of. And I think if Wild maybe had that second skunk there, it could have went differently. But now Blissey's in a phenomenal spot. They've got the eco, they've got the units. Don't have the tech, you know, and skunks are a good comeback mechanic for sure. So maybe Wild can stay alive, and 4 skunks is no joke. But the Falcons are pretty neat for Blissey here, but it's going to be about a minute until that's all assembled. And this is kind of spicy, you know, these bases are so close to each other. This is really one of those situations where some barbed wire or a turret or two could really come in handy. But the Falcons are starting to spawn here for Blissey. Not going to wait for all of them, just going to move in. Realizing they got some tempo here, just need some good toad connections. Wildkin trying to micro back against the toads, but taking a lot of damage in the process. Eventually, though, did manage to avoid getting crazy connections on him. However, these Falcons are still in the air, doing a nice job against the skunks, and that second base is going to get denied again. And that might just be the killing blow here for Blissey. The economy is just going to start falling too far behind. Wild, the rest of Tier 2 goes down for Wild. Looked like they were going to tap there for a second. You definitely got to sell down to 1 Tier 2 Warren at this point. Try to muster something together. But Blissey's just so far ahead now. Ooh, the secret base? I could get on board with the secret base. But is he going to be able to actually pay for it? I think these skunks are going to steal that food right when he hits 60. Actually really wants to stay up on this double skunk combo. Alright, Wildkin gonna go for the secret base play. I like this a lot. I think it's smart to try to take a risk like that. But Blissey's actually got pretty good killer instincts. Oh, scouts that immediately too. I think Blissey might have saw the commander run around in that area. But Blissey's got really good killer instincts for sure. Knows when to end the match. So I think another big attack from Blissey should be coming up shortly. Actually just gonna deny this. He needs to go home though, because the counterattack's coming in. This is what Wild needs. This is like his only chance to come back in this. If Blissey is not home to control these units, or these Falcons get caught, better yet, but 4 Falcons against 3 Squirrels, man, there's just nothing left here for Wildkin. Nice try, but you gotta tap at this point. Even had to bring the Falcons back a little bit before they killed that mill, but doesn't really matter. GG. Alright, 2 more guys. We got one from Airlu, or actually I'm not sure who submitted it. And Masta snuck one in. Normally I don't do that, but I figured I would humor Masta because he doesn't submit too often, and I didn't put a full 12 on here, so got a couple more tonight, guys. Let's get it. In the bottom left, we've got Airlu, and in the top right, Pigeon Rush. Alright, man, Airlu is the guy to beat in Modern Tooth and Tail. Phenomenal player. And really prefers this tier 2. Every now and then we see him rock the Wolf, you know, but the Wolf is just kind of like a tier 2 extension, you know. In general, the Wolf's main role is typically to buff up those tier 2 units and make them even better. But Airlu likes his typically... It's hard to say aggressive, but Airlu likes to apply pressure a lot, and he's really good at knowing when he's got openings, if that makes sense. I think that's a hallmark characteristic of certain top tier players over the years. You know, some players are really good at like specific pushes. Some players know how to macro up really well and stay safe about it. Airlu's the kind of player that will kind of dissect what you're going for, and then find the weakness and get in there and attack at the right time. You can buff non-tier 2 units, Del. You're so close-minded, says people. Man, what are you talking about? I run Wolf Fox all the time, my dude. Wolf Fox is like the most fun thing ever. Is it good? Maybe. Probably not. Is it fun? Yes. Airlu with a single scouting mine here. Pigeon Rush is not seen it. Airlu knows the lizards are on the way. Ooh, and Pigeon gonna try, just gonna poke in. You can't really commit to this. He's gonna try to come in here, gonna trade. Yeah, only gets a single squirrel there. Nice victory for Airlu. And this is looking good for yellow. Farming up. But it's not the end of the world for Pigeon. That was kind of like strike one, you know. And again, I don't mean to uptalk Airlu so much, but it really hurts to get behind, you know, such a strong player, you know. It's one thing when it's like an even matchup or something. I feel that if I'm like going up against Haru or someone, for example, It's just like, damn, man. If you start getting behind just a little bit, they can really use that advantage to snowball. But Pigeon, you know, that was just strike one. Pigeon didn't lose a lot there. He lost a few lizards. And is kind of keeping up on economy, which is nice. Meanwhile, Airlu's building up a bunch of moles, which is similar to like a Baneling, in my opinion, in StarCraft 2, where most of the time once you build that unit, you're getting ready to move out. Because the main benefit that the mole provides is that faster build time, that extra 10 seconds you get. And here comes a strike from Airlu. This is so many units. And I think he just kind of caught Pigeon at a bad time. Pigeon trying to transition into double tier 2. Really doesn't have a whole bunch on the board to try to thwart this off with. Airlu kind of skipping over that mill for now. Kind of realizing it's a given and just going in and trying to get as much Warren damage as possible. So Pigeon's going to lose a lot there. But he's got a skunk. He's got a couple ferrets. Oh, really can't lose the skunk. The skunk goes down. And this just might be it for Pigeon Rush. Again, just kind of showcasing that killer instinct that Airlu really has. Short and sweet game. Strike one and you're out, baby. Dude, against Airlu, man. Sometimes that's the case. Tip of the hat to Pigeon Rush, too, because I think they submitted that one. I always love to see when players submit losses. Very humble thing to do. Alright, guys, one more. Just in case people have been coming in or out, I'll do announcements one more time because we do actually have a lot of stuff to cover at the moment. So 21 Clues, Phase 2 is underway. If you guys are participating in that, please don't slack off on it. Try to get your matches or whatever you need to do for the various challenges done as soon as possible. It really helps take a lot of pressure off the tournament organizers. It helps us make sure everything keeps moving at a swift pace. If we can get to that exciting conclusion, I will be casting that. I'm not sure who with. Maybe I can drag AV Ultima on the desk with me. That'd be a lot of fun. We've got the 2v2 Premium Bow tournament that has just been announced today, right now, here. 2v2's Bizarre Tournament, the training arc. I actually did update the Tooth and Tail's events section on this Twitch page, so take a look down there, guys. There's links to everything. Sign up by going to that Discord. If you were in some of the previous Premium Bow events, it's that same Discord. That's going to be on June 20th. We're going to have a prize pool, and basically the gist of it is newer player or less skilled player with an expert player or veteran player, essentially, getting paired up together. I love formats like that. I think it really encourages people of all skill levels to join up and have some fun. Who knows, you might get paired up with a juggernaut like Mishi or the Gentleman or something. Could be a good time. And additionally, I want to do something fun for next week since it's the 100th episode. So I got a straw poll floating around. We might just do the Artie Party, man. I think the Artie Party sounds pretty fun. Right now it's pretty neck and neck. I was kind of wanting to see if there was like a hard no to that. But I did post those straw polls in Discord. So check that out, guys. Team Fox Turret Artie. Yeah, dude. All right, Jacoby, Gabany, a couple people. Dude, Fox Turret Artie Party, man. I think that's the winner. But I know it's kind of last minute. I wanted to gauge interest because I would like to do it live. I think that'd be a lot of fun, just kind of hanging out and showcasing some matches. Maybe I'll get a bunch of casters on the desk, you know, crack open some beers or something. Could be fun. 100th episode, guys. It'd be fun to do something crazy. But all right, we got one more tonight. See, I gotta do the announcements before I do the last replay. That way, people don't just watch the last replay and leave. That's what I figured out. All right, let's hop into it. Special bonus Master Match. Let's take a look. Been a while since I've seen a Master game. Uh-oh. What do we got here? This is a 2v2. Up top, Premium Bow, Master Stealth. And in the bottom, Dino and Ziggy. All right, Master Stealth is not part of the Tier 3 team. But everybody else is. We've got Wolf Fox, badger, fox, boar, wolf. And Master Stealth just wasn't invited. We got some turrets, or Artie rather, got some balloons. This map definitely looking a bit better here for old Master Boop. Or Premium Stealth. I like Master Boop. Team name. See, that could be a team in the tournament, right? Master Stealth as the beginner and P-Boop as the expert. Got him. Roast number 1 completed. Delthius 1, Master 0. Here comes the Dino Mole Rush. Master trying to intimidate him with this commander positioning. Only getting a farm though, so not the end of the world. Meanwhile, Premium Bo's looking to move out and return the favor. Keep in mind, Dino did invest in moles, so he doesn't have much at home to defend, and Dino, realizing this, builds a couple quick mole warrens to try to fend off from now. But some good micro coming out of P-Boop here, managing to pick off some decent trades. Ooh, is that a toad? Who's got toads? Oh, Dino's got a toad. One toad is not enough, and Premium Bo's broken through the initial mole harassment. Master Stealth backing him up here with a few squirrels. This game is down and dirty already. And gonna get some counter damage in. Master looked like he was thinking about staying. But it looks like they're gonna fall back for now. Hey man, I don't know what else that move was besides trying to, like, you just saw the mole rush coming and Bellafie's just standing there like, what? I dare you. That's a dirty move, using moles. Yeah, there's a lot of holes in that strategy. Really need to hammer out your tactics. Alright. I'm sorry. It's not funny. I'm not funny. I think I'm funny, but I'm not funny. That's the thing. Alright. Another big engagement. This one might go a bit better for red and green here. See, the worst part is I know they're not good jokes, and I say them anyways. I don't know if that's better or worse than me, like, actually thinking it's funny. Alright, nice punch back from red and green. I think all things considered, they're probably okay with that engagement, but lots of tier 1 from everybody here. Dino, kind of in an awkward spot, but everyone else is kind of getting their act together. Master Stealth even showing how Tooth and Tail is played properly. Getting that economy up and running. Yeah, this kind of hurts for Dino, not being able to build these farms. He's been sitting on 4 farms for a long time here. But Ziggy's managed to get up a nice group of lizards. A squad. What do you call a group of lizards? Is there a name for that? A pile. A pile of lizards. Get it? Get it, guys? You long-term fans get it. Alright, that one was good. You gotta give me that one. I'll take that one. Nice attack here. Actually finding a good flank, but might get caught with a few. Yeah, gets out reasonably. Oh, nice toe connects. You know, it doesn't look too bad for red and green. But Master Stealth actually got some decent connections as well. Kind of evening it out. And now there's a little bit of momentum, but Master Stealth's left by himself. Chameleons are here, going to add a lot to this skirmish here for Ziggy. And so far, this has kind of been a little back and forth, but I'm definitely favoring old Master Boop. They've got the economy advantage. Ziggy still, Dino still hasn't been able to get up to 8 farms, and that's real rough since we're at the 5-minute mark at this point. Meanwhile, Ziggy's got his act together. You know, he's got lizards and cam on the way. I like this from Dino, just kind of all-inning, kind of realizing he's not going to be a big economic powerhouse this game and saying, all right, man, maybe if I get a fox, I can make something happen. But the fox was scouted. And this is not the kind of composition you want to send a fox into. Lizards and snakes and mines. And let's see. This is kind of threatening from Ziggy. Master Self saying, my jokes are so bad I'm going to be a dad soon. I don't disagree. Hey, the pile one was good. You got to give me that one. I stand by that one. The others were pretty dad-worthy. Alright, some blizzards, but gotta be careful. Good amount of toads here. But the modern toads aren't just like a delete lizards button like they used to be. You know, they do a lot more single target nowadays than the AoE. It still can definitely happen, but I mean, we used to see back in the day, you know, like 18 lizards just get annihilated by 3 or 4 toads. I don't think it's quite that much of a hard counter now. But still a good engagement for blue and yellow, but the fox is here. This is exactly the kind of field state that a fox wants to come out on when there's you know, small army count. So it was right after a big engagement. Dino's got a decent opportunity here to get something done. And oh, gotta be careful of the mines. One of them goes down. These mines attack radius too, though, being so limited. Makes it a little easier to bob and weave around him. That cam, good cam, but is gonna die. Die for the try. And Dino not getting those early farms is kind of benefiting him. Now he doesn't really need to expand as much, but Premium Bow's here with the lizards, with the boar. Needs to be careful, doesn't want to run into those toads there. But it looks like, oh gosh, it's gonna come in from both sides here. Oh, they need to coordinate. They've basically got this pincer attack going. They just need to crush in. Boxes Fox in a corner. All the micro in the world is not going to save this Fox at this point, or the game. Nicely done. That was actually a fun match. It was pretty back and forth for a little while, but Dino could never really get his feet back on the ground after the early game. And Premium Bow and Master Self did a good job of expanding in appropriate times, and that's going to be it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As always, it's really appreciated. Sign up for the 2v2 tournament, guys. Vote on my straw poll. I think we're going to do the Artie Party. I'll put together a Google Doc this weekend. Maybe we'll throw in a couple bucks, maybe a cheap Steam gift card or something for a little prize pool. That'd be a lot of fun. But take care, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm gonna help Wifeius make some tacos and get something to eat. Well, I think that's it. Surprisingly, I don't see anyone to host at the moment. So no host. No host with the most. But that's it. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. And work on your 21 clues challenges. Sign up for the Premium Bow 2v2. And if you're down next week, same time as a normal feast, we are gonna do a live little crazy event. So see y'all then. Take care, everybody.